All right, this question came from the Chapter 1 review homework. It was about question number 48. This question is looking at writing a piecewise function. So let's take a look at the situation. We're an author about to publish our first novel. The book will sell for $20. You're going to be paid royalties of 9% on the first 10,000 copies sold, then 10% on the next 6,000, and 15% on the additional copies. All right, so you're going to get 9% of the royalties. So I need to figure out what 9% of $20 is, because that's all I'm going to make. I'm not going to make all the $20. A lot of it goes to the publisher or whatever. I'm going to make 9%. So let me just open up calculator window here. And if I calculate $20 times 9%, that is where the 1.8 value that we saw on the other screen came from. 9% of $20 is 1.8. Okay, so I'm going to make $1.8 or $1.80 off of each book. Now, I don't make that for all of the books, but I make that for the first 10,000 copies. So when X is less than or equal to where that symbol is right there, less than or equal to 10,000. Okay, so this would be the first part of the function, the first condition here. I'm going to put in an extra line just to write in if, because sometimes our statements we use this function if that, although you can see it's not shown up here. I'll take that out, I don't need it. Okay, so that's our first condition. I make 9% in the first 10,000 copies. Then what's going to happen? Okay, what's going to happen next is, well, oops, it was supposed to be 10,000. I just realized I didn't put enough zeros there. Hang on. Not 1,000. 10,000. There we go. I'm going to make 10% in the next 6,000 copies. All right. So 10% in the next 6,000 copies. So for the first 10,000 copies, I made $1.80. So I made $18,000. Now I'm going to make an additional rate on the next set of copies. On the next set of copies, we're going to make 10%. And so we're going to make $2 per book on those copies. But I'm not going to make $2 per book on all of them. I'm still making only $1.80 per book on the first 10,000. So I've got to make up to $18,000 before I start making my $2 per book. All right? So back over here, my equation is going to be, I need to make $18,000 on the first 10,000 copies, plus we're going to make $2 now, 10%, on each of the books that we sell that is in excess of $10,000. So I'll make it on the 10,001st book. So X is the number of books. If X is 10,001, then I would want to subtract the first 10,000 books off. I'm only making it on that one more book. So I need this to be X minus 10,000 to count the number of books that are just over the threshold of $10,000. So if I have 10,002, 10,002 minus 10,000 is 2. I make $2 for those next two books. Okay. So I use this equation if I'm making more than 10,000, or selling more than 10,000, and it's for the next 6,000 copies. So more than 10,000 and less than 16,000, right? 16,000. There we go. Because for the next 6,000 books, that's when we're going to be using this equation. Now we're going to assume that we've sold 16,000 books. So back over to here. So I'm going to take my 18,000 plus we have sold all 6,000 that we were allowed to at $2. So I've made $30,000 now from the first 16,000 books. Remember, we had 10,000 at $1.80, and now we have 6 more thousand at $2 per book. So for the first 16,000, we've made $30,000. That's where the 30,000 comes from. So we're going to have 30,000 plus. Now we're going to make 15%. So we have our $20 times 15%. Oops, I typed that wrong. 15%. $3 now. So now it's $3 per book. And this would be $3 times. I only make this when I go above $16,000, and I only make it for the number of books that are greater than 16,000. So if I had 17,000, then I would do 17,000 minus 16,000 is 1,000. I'd make it for that 1,000 books. So subtract off 16,000 books. And then that's just for any additional copies. So for any X that is larger than 16, oops, there was a less than symbol, I hit the wrong key, larger than 16,000, we will be making according to this formula. So I tried to talk through how to create the formula, where these pieces all came from. I hope that makes sense. In part B, when they ask us to use the function from part A to determine whether the royalty of $26,000 for 14,000 books is true and 51,000 for 23,000 books is true. So we can calculate each of those. So if it was 14,000 books, that would be in this middle category. So in the middle category, remember we have to take 18,000 plus $2 times 14,000 minus 10,000. And so we should be making $26,000 for 14,000 books. And that's what they asked us. So that value is correct. And then for 23,000 books, that's larger than 16,000 down here at the bottom. So I should be using this bottom equation of the piecewise function. So my equation should take 30,000 plus 3 times, I forgot how many books it was, 23,000. And it was going to be 23,000 minus 16,000 for this part of the formula. So I should be making $51,000. And that's what they asked me. So both of these are correct. So is obtained, I want one of these bottom two. 26,000 is obtained if not the first piece. Nope, we had to use the second piece, right? So $20,000 is obtained. $26,000 is obtained if 14,000 is substituted to the second piece because that's the one whose condition is met by 14,000. It's bigger than 10,000 but less than 16,000. And 51,000 is obtained by plugging in 23,000 into the third piece because that's the one whose condition is met. So it would be that bottom one.